Okay. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to our data analytics with career guidance sessions. Today we are in day 4, and let's see what topics we are covering today in our session. Today we'll be covering auto list, custom list, and paste special. Okay. All right. So let's go to the Excel file directly. Here I have prepared one Excel file. This I'll be sending it to you so that you guys can actually use this for practicing. First of all, let's understand what is a list, why it is actually used, how this is actually used in data analytics or reportings. List means it can be a list of names. It can be anything like month name, or it can be week name, or it can be quarters. It can be a state list. It can be, any product list, a customer name or employee name. It can be anything, a list. When we're actually creating a report, we need a list of names. When we're actually creating a report, to generate this list or say to create this list, either we have to type it or we have to copy it from somewhere and then paste it, and then we have to create the reports. But if you're typing it, let's say, for example, now I'm typing this January to December, or say Sunday to Saturday, or assume that I have a list here like this, a big list. If you're typing, it will take a lot of time. Our aim, learning Excel or learning some techniques is to save time and also have the quality, so that we can finish the work soon, also with good quality of the data. So to do that, we have something called as auto list and custom list. Let's understand what is auto list, and then we'll understand what is custom list. I have few lists which I've already generated. Let me just delete this. So we'll do from beginning. I just kept this so that I'll show you. I wanted to show you that what is the list. Now we'll create this from beginning. Let's say I'm creating monthly report and I want to generate a list of month name, that is from January to December. Let's go here. I'll just type Jan. Just type Jan, and we have one small box here, a small box here. And I'll drag it down like this. We can see that January to December. Automatically, you can see the name of this month is getting generated, January to December. Let's say I want a full name, say January. Now I can see that that small box is there. I'll just move my cursor. You can see the box becomes, a black color plus. If you move outside, you can see that it's like a dark, say white color plus with thickness. But when you move the cursor here, it becomes a small line kind of thing. I'll just drag it down. You can see January to December. The advantage is even it matches with the case. See, I'll type complete caps and I'm dragging it down. You can see January to December. Now, if you say like this, if I just copy this down, see. Now, if you see, I have generated 4 different type of list, that is for month, a list of month, which is with different cases as well. Even if we give it as with the small letters, even that it will take. See, I just go here, all small letters. And if I drag it down, even that it will give. If I say January, if I drag it down, see. So it is that easy to generate the list. Now, let me just click somewhere here. You can see that I showed you one small box here. If I move my cursor here, you can see that it becomes plus. This box we just dragged, but we don't know what actually it is called. As I told you, try to speak technically. Now, when I move my cursor here, you can see there is a plus mark coming. So this box, what you see, that is called as fill handle. Let me just type here, fill handle. We call it as fill handle. This will fill the list. Not only list, a lot of other advantages are also there. I'll tell you about what this fill handle can do actually. Let me generate a week, say sun, 3 characters of the week. Let me drag it down. You can see Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What will happen if I drag it further? Again, it will repeat. Let's go here. Suppose if I want a full name, let me drag it down. See, so we're getting the list. Suppose I want to create quarter. I'm creating a quarterly report. I need to get quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. Say quarter 1. Let me drag it down here like this. If you copy this further down, if I drag it further down, see I have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. In a year, I have only 4 quarters. Now, if I drag it down, it should again repeat quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. It should keep repeating like this. It should not go to quarter 5. There is no quarter 5. So likewise, I can actually generate the list. Now, what is the use of it? See, within few seconds, we were able to create the list. All right. Now, I want to create a unique product name. Now, let's say I go here, product 001. I just typed product 001. I'm creating one report, but I don't know the product names. So what happened? My client has told that to create one dashboard or set some template. He's telling that I have some 10 products, unique product names, but he still not have the product names. So we cannot wait for the client to give the product name. So what we do is we'll create some dummy product names. If you want to create some unique product names, see, I just typed prod 001. Now I'm just dragging it down, you see. Okay. So if you go here, I have 10 products. If I go here and keep dragging it down, see, it will go further like this. So you can create any number of unique products like this. This is called as list. Right. Now, let's also understand a few other things about this fill handle. I told you this fill handle has got so many other options as well. What is that? So whatever we created now, this is auto list. We understood auto list. There are very few auto lists here. I'll show you where this auto list will be stored as well so that you'll understand how this auto list will work. Now let's go here. I will type 1, okay, and say enter. When I type 1, I want serial number to be generated. When I say serial number, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because we actually list down something. I want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I'll do is I'll type 1 and I will drag it down like this. See, I'm dragging it down like this. I'm not getting the serial number. Tell me, people, how many of you have faced this problem? You can type me, okay? If you think you have faced this kind of problem, just type me so that I'll understand. Yes. See, most of us, only 2 of you, Rakesh and Mohan, others, I think others are experts. No worries. Now, if you see here, I just typed 1 and I dragged it. You can see that I'm getting 1, 1, 1. Right? Okay. Now, I want to get the serial number here. If I have used 1 and I dragged, no worries. Just below this fill handle, just next to that fill handle, we have something called as autofill options. Let me click on this autofill options. So you'll get so many options here. I'll go to this fill series. Click on this fill series. You can see I'm getting this series. This is one way of generating the serial number. But I have many other ways. I'll say 1 and I'll type this 2 here. See? Previously, I typed only 1. Now I'm typing 1 and 2. I'm selecting this. Now you just see, I will drag it down like this. Automatically, I'm getting the series. How is this happening? Let me tell you. Now, I typed 1 and I dragged. It was only single number. I got the list as only 1, 1, 1, 1. I used this autofill options and I filled it by series. But when I use this 1 and 2, what happened? I'll tell you. 1 and 2, it is trying to find the difference between these two numbers. The difference between these two numbers are 1. So what it will do is when I'm actually dragging it down, it finds the difference of these two numbers and it is adding 1 to every next number it is generating. Now, if you go here, see 1 and 2, I just dragged it down. So the difference is 1, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4. It goes on like this. Let's try another number. I'll say 1 and say 5. Let me select this. I will copy this down like this. Now the difference between these two numbers are 4. When I drag this down, see, it is giving me the addition of 4, say 1 plus, say 5 and 1, the difference is 4. So 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 4, 13, 13 plus 4, 17. It goes on like this. So this is the specialty of fill handle. It will try to understand what have we selected and it will try to fill the cells next when you are dragging it. So this is fill handle. Now there are a few things we should actually keep in mind about this fill handle. I'll tell you what. If I'm dragging the see, when I move my cursor here, you can see that there is one thin black line which is coming. When I keep outside, we'll get a plus mark which is thick with white color. When I move my cursor here, it becomes thin line with black color. Sometimes you'll not be able to drag it. You are restricted to drag. Why it happens, I'll tell you. Also, we'll see, suppose I select the entire range like this. If I move my cursor here, you can see the cursor will get changed from this plus mark to something like this. You can see that the arrow marks like this. If I get this mark, that means I can drag it and place it anywhere. Let's assume that by mistake, I would have selected and I dragged and dropped it here. See, it is asking me a question saying that there's already data here. Do you want to replace it? It is a warning message saying that you have dragged and dropped something. Should I actually replace? That means it can be purposely done or it can be by mistake. But suppose if you think that you have done it purposely, then you say, okay, that will get replaced. Control Z. Suppose by mistake, I dragged and dropped. If I say cancel, it will not paste the data or say it will not replace the data. Now let's go to this file and I'll click on this options. There is one window which says Excel options, wherein I have a lot of settings what we can do in Excel. Now I'll go to this advanced. I selected, let me show you again. File, options. Here I have this advanced. And if you see in advanced, there is something called as enable fill handle and cell drag and drop. If this is unchecked, now I'll say okay. Now you see, I cannot drag. You can see, I'll move my cursor here, it won't change. Also, if I select this, see, I cannot drag it because the cursor is not changing. That means if the option is disabled, you cannot use fill handle because it is disabled. Now, let me go to this file, options, and then click on this advanced. Here, I'll enable this, say enable fill handle and cell drag and drop. I have one more option there, sub option here, alert before overwriting cells. So let me uncheck this. So what does this do? See here, I'll select. Now I'm able to drag it. Now if I just drag and drop, see, I'm not getting that alert message. So you should be careful. Always make sure that you have this enabled. Otherwise, you won't get the alerts. Okay, so this is about the fill handle and cell drag and drop. So whenever you feel that I'm not able to drag or I'm not able to use the fill handle and cell drag and drop, go to this Excel options and then check if this is enabled or not. If this is disabled, please enable it. Otherwise, you will not be able to drag it. Okay, all right. Done. So this is auto list. Next, custom list. Okay. Now we'll see how we can customize the list. What is custom list? That means I am creating a list wherein I can use it for my purpose. Auto list is the one which is by default, which is available in Excel, but this custom list is actually used for myself. I have 4 different lists here. To take it as an example, state, subcategory, customer name, and ship mode. I want to create this list because I'm actually creating some reports out of it. Let me go here and I'll try to create a list for the state. To create the custom list, okay? To create the custom list, we need few steps. I'll tell you what is the step. First step is select the data. How to select the data? Say, some people, what they do, they'll go here, they select by using mouse and they'll drag it like this. Otherwise, I'll tell you the easiest way. Select the first cell, hold Control Shift C, make a note of the shortcut keys when I'm actually telling. I cannot go and keep on, making you practice about it. Hold Control Shift, and then I will use down arrow like this. Now I can see that the entire list is selected. The list is selected. Let's go to this file and say options. Now there's a shortcut key for this Excel options as well. Just make a note of that also. I'll just put it here. Alt plus T plus O. Okay. Hold Alt T O. Press Alt T O. You will get this Excel options. Otherwise, if you're not so good in say shortcut keys, please use file options. Okay. Alt T O. Now let's go here. Click on this advanced. Scroll down and say edit custom list. When I click on this edit custom list, we get one small window like this. This window will help us in creating a custom list. You can see there are so many lists here. Now let's differentiate. Let's understand what is auto list and what is custom list. I'll click on this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Can you see that there is no add or delete? When I click anywhere here, see some of these, say, let me just click on this. You can see that I can add or delete. But if you see the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all this January, February, this is disabled. So wherever you see this gray colored thing where you cannot modify the list, that is called as auto list, which is by default available in Excel. While you are installing Excel, you'll get this. But when you go to this, where I have some list where I can modify or I have created, that is called as custom list. All right, let's select again. I selected file, options, and then I'll say advanced. Let me scroll down. Here I'll say edit custom list. You can see that the range which we just selected, that is available here. I'll say import. You can see that got this imported. The list got imported. That means I've added that list to my Excel application. Let me click on OK and say OK. Now, let me go here and just see here, I have this Alabama. I'll just type or copy and paste anything. Alabama. The spellings must be same. The case doesn't matter, but the spelling should be same. See, I'll just drag it now. You can see that I'm getting the same list. Now you might be thinking the list is generated, so it can be generated only in this file. No, I'll say Control N. I'll take a new file now, new workbook. See, you can see that I'm still getting this list. Now the list is available until and unless you delete it, it will be available in my application. So you don't have to bother. You can create this list in any of your Excel applications. All right. Now I have one more list to be created. I have a list here, subcategories. This time I'll not select. Previously, I had selected. I'll forget to select. I'll go to this file, options, advanced. I am in this edit custom list. Now what happens? See, I'm in this list now. I have not selected here. Nothing to import. So you don't have to bother. Again, you don't have to cancel and go to this Excel and then select and come back. You don't have to do that. Here we have this range picker. Click on this and select the range. Say import. This way also we can create the list. Okay. All right. So now we have this subcategory list as. Suppose, let's say I have the customer name. Let's say one list I have here. This list is available in a notepad. Okay. Let me take this. I'm just taking this in a notepad. Let's assume that I have a list which I've got in notepad. Let me go to this file, options, and then I'll say advanced, scroll down, and then say edit custom list. Now here, assume that this list is not there in Excel. If it is in Excel, I can go here to this range picker, I can select, or I can select and I can come and say import. But I don't have the list in Excel. The list is available in notepad. Don't bother. Control A, Control C. That is, I selected the entire list. I'll go back to this list. Here I'll say Control V. Done. Now I'll say add. This is another way of adding the list. I'll say okay. Right? So this is also another way of adding the list. Right. Next, another way. Let's say I have the list here, one list, wherein it is with the comma separator like this. Like this. Even then you don't have to bother. Copy this. File, options, advanced, say edit custom list. Here to just paste it. You can see that comma separator. I'll say add. See, it got added. Say okay and say okay. Now let me just type this first class and then drag it down. Or take this customer name, paste it, then drag it down. See, I'll get the list. This is how we can actually create the list. Fine. So we understood how to create this list. And again, it's not that always you have to use this first name itself. You can take somewhere in the middle as well. Say, for example, I'll take this art. Okay. From this art, I need to generate the list. See, when I drag it down, it will generate the list from here. Then again, it goes on. Say, if you just keep dragging it, see, it will go up to phones and again, it will start from here. So it is sequential. It will be keep coming. Now we understood how to add. Let's go to this file, options, and say advanced. Scroll down. Here I have this edit custom list. Here I have the list created, but there is no option for modifying. What if I want to modify? Or I want to add some more elements or say items to this list? There is no modify option here. So what I should do? Let's say, for example, I want to add one more entry in this, one more item in this, say deluxe class. I just type here. I can also type here. I can type the list and I can create as well. Now say, here I have the same day. I want to change this to same day class. I modified one item and I added one item as well. Click on add. There is no modify. Click on add. This will get modified. Say okay and say okay. Now you just see, I'll type first class. Now let me drag it. See, same day class. It was same day, it becomes same day class. I have this deluxe class. This is how we can actually create the list. the custom list. You can create this list and keep it with you. And any point of time, if you're creating the reports, you can create the reports. But keep in mind when, for example, now I will send this file to you. The list is not transferred. The list is available only within my application, in my system only. Suppose if you want to have the list, then you have to create in your application. So list is not transferable. So keep in mind, if I send this file to you, you'll get the file only. If I'm creating some reports by using this list, you will get only the list, but you will not get the list. It is not transferred. Okay. So you have to create one list in your system. All right, people. Okay. I hope that this was useful. All right, Mohan is asking one question: how to create the list in a row? Nothing. You just go here. See, I have this first class. Let me copy this. Okay, just drag it this way. That's all. We'll get the list this way as well. So you get in any direction. No worries. Okay, right. Okay. Next, let me close this file. Let's close this notepad as well. Okay. Open that file itself. The next chapter also was there in the same file. All right. The next one is PasteSpecial. PasteSpecial. Now, everyone knows about how to copy and paste. If I'll ask about the shortcut key, immediately I'll get, so many answers. What is the shortcut key for copy and paste? Can you please message quickly? Let me see how many of you know this. Quickly. Control C. Very good. Control C, Control V. See, almost everyone knows about how to copy and paste. Say Control C, Control V. See, I can see so many people. I knew that everyone will know how to copy and paste. Okay. All right. So copy and paste, I know, say Control C and I'll say Control V. The data is copied and pasted. But there is something called as PasteSpecial. I'll tell you what is a PasteSpecial. Assume that, see, I have one formula here. I need to copy and paste this, this report. Let's say I'm creating one report only on profit percentage. Right? Here I have the profit percentage. I will copy this. You just observe, I'll copy this, I'll paste it here. I'm getting error. I'm getting this error. Why? Because I'm using Control C and Control V. When I say Control V, it is copying the formula as well, wherein the reference is not correct. What should I do? Let me tell you what you should do in this case. I'll just clear complete thing. Let me copy this and I'll say, just pasting this. See here. Let's say it is not formatted. Now I need to paste this. So what I'll do, I'll say Control C. When I'm pasting, right click, PasteSpecial. I want only the values. I'll go here, right click, PasteSpecial. I'll say values. Just see, I use this paste values. I'll say okay. You can see that I'm getting only the values getting pasted, no formulas. Right. Now, if you see, it is like a normal data. It is not formatted. I want to format exactly in this format what we have done. Let me copy this. Okay, again, Control C, select here, right click and say PasteSpecial. And here I have this formats and say okay. Right? Can you see that immediately it got formatted? Now, let's say Control C. I'll go here, right click and say PasteSpecial, formats and say okay. Right? You can see that it got immediately formatted, as well as you can see it is pasting it as values. All right. Let's say I have the column something like this. The column width, you can see that it's not matching with this column width. Let me copy this. I'm just copying only one cell. I'll go here, right click, and I'll say paste special. Here have this column width. Select this column width, say okay. See. Now I want to apply the same column width what I have for this profit percentage. Right click and say paste special, column width, say okay. See. Otherwise, what I have to do, I'll go here, select this cell, home tab, then here I have this format. Click here. I have this column width, copy the column width 16.29. Then I have to go here and select, and then I have to apply the length here. The width, whatever is there, or the height, whatever is there, the width actually. So likewise, I can use this PasteSpecial to, copy the formats or copy column width or copy it as values. All right. Suppose, let's say I have one data here. Okay. Just check this data. I have one table here, and I have one table here, which is similar to this table. I have updated this table. Now, the table, whatever I have here, I need to send to my manager. Now, immediately I'll get a call from manager saying that there are some values in this table which are not correct. So he will tell that he's going to send one table where we need to update. He has sent the table. This is the table what he has sent. Now assume that here the corrected numbers are here. All these are corrected numbers. So what he's telling is just replace only these numbers. Wherever I have blank, just keep it as is. Now what I'll do, I'll go here, copy this, Control C, and if I say Control V, you can see I'm getting this blank values also pasted. My intention was to paste only these values which are available. Now, one way is I have to write the formula saying that equals, if this is blank, then take this. If this is not blank, take this. So there are more other things what we can do. But since we are actually learning about PasteSpecial, I'll tell you the easiest way of doing it. Control C. Go here. You can either select the entire table or just select the first cell, because anyways, it will cover all these cells. Right click, PasteSpecial. You just have to go here and say skip blanks. Just say skip blanks. You can see that wherever blanks are there, the blanks will not be pasted. I'll say okay. See, you can see that the data, okay, here only these have been replaced. See here, this is replaced, this is replaced, and this value is replaced. Rest all, wherever you see blanks, they are as is. So likewise, we can actually replace the values and keep those blank cells as is. Okay, this is called as skip blanks. All right. Now I have one table here, which is in column wise like this. I want this to be in row wise. Control C. So what I'll do, I'll go here, right click, and I'll say PasteSpecial. Here I have this transpose. Say okay. See, transpose means changing the orientation, or say changing the direction. If I have the data in column wise, if you have the data in column wise, and if you want to paste it in row wise, I can use this PasteSpecial. Right. Next, we understood about how to copy and paste the data what we have. That is, we can paste as values, we can paste as the column width, and we also saw how to paste these formats and paste skip blanks and transpose. We can also do calculations by using this copy paste. How? Let me show you. I have one column here, sales. Okay, let's say here sales. Let me copy this and I'll paste it here. I'll just make a copy of it. I want to divide this by 12. If I'll ask you this question, what people will do is they'll go here, they'll say this divided by 12. We'll write a formula. But instead, we can use copy PasteSpecial and we can divide these values. How? Let me go here. I'll select this cell. You just have to type the value in one cell. I'll copy this. Just observe, I will select all these cells which we need to do some calculation. Right click and say PasteSpecial. When I click on this, I'll get this window, PasteSpecial window. Now here, if you see, I have one option that is operation. I can add, I can subtract, multiply, or divide. Now what we're doing is divide. I selected this divide. You just observe, I'll say okay, I'll say okay. See, it got divided. I got the result. But the problem here is the format is deleted, or say format is gone. Let me say Control Z. Let's try this again. This is one way. So I'm getting the calculated values, but the formatting is, it's totally deleted. Control C, select, PasteSpecial. Now this time I will say divide. But what I'll do is I'll go here and I'll select these values. So what does this mean? I'm trying to paste the values instead of the formats. I'm taking only the values, and here I'll say divide. Say okay. See, it is dividing as well as it is retaining the formats. Right? So this way I can do the calculations as well. So likewise, there are a lot of things what we can do in PasteSpecial. Right. Let me show you some more interesting things in this PasteSpecial. Most of us actually, we know that how to copy and paste, that is Control C, Control V. And now we learned about PasteSpecial as well, where we can copy the formats, where we can copy the values. Okay, we can do the calculation, we can paste the values, in transpose, that is changing the direction and things like that. Let me again tell about this calculation. So I just copied this and I'll paste it here. I have a number here. You can put this in any cell. I'll say Control C, select, right click, PasteSpecial. Here I have this values because I need to retain the values. Then here I will say divide any of the operations. Okay, I'll say okay, it will get divided. Anyways, this video will be shared. You can go through this again. Okay. All right. Now we understood all this. There is a shortcut key for this, PasteSpecial. When I copy this, okay, Alt ES. Let me type here, Alt plus E plus S. Okay, this is the shortcut key, Alt ES. This shortcut key, just make a note of it. So for that, you need to have copied some cells here like this. Right? Okay. Now let's see some more interesting things. I'll create one sheet. Okay. I will copy this table. I'll go here. What I'll do is right click and I'll say PasteSpecial. This time I'll not paste any of these options. I'll use this paste link. Why? Because assume that this is one sheet where I'm doing the calculations. But I just have to refer here. You can see that I just referred here. So everywhere you can see it's a formula now. See, it is not the values what I pasted. It is just the link. Now let me select this. Right click. PasteSpecial has gone. Okay. Again, I'll copy this. Right click. PasteSpecial. I'll say formats. Say okay. See, I got the formats. Right click, PasteSpecial, and say column width. I got the column width. The row height cannot be pasted. So I'll go here. I'll take the row height lines. I will go to this view. I have this grid lines. I'll just remove these grid lines. See, view, remove the grid lines so that the grid lines are gone. I have this white color space here. Now I have the report here. Now suppose I'll go here. Imagine that I will change the value here. Let's say here I'll say 1000, 2000, say 200, something. I'm just trying to change the values here. When I change the values here, see, this will also get changed. That means we can give the links and say PasteSpecial as link. That will create the links. Right. Next, suppose I'm creating one dashboard or say some template where I need to have some more data here beside this. Let's go here. See, I have two tables. I need this table to be pasted, that should be available here next to this. I will copy this. Okay. Now I want these two tables to be placed here, one below the other here like this. It is very difficult to format because the row height of this, I cannot reduce the row height of this here to match two tables to be placed here. What I'll do, see, copy this, go here, right click and say, here have a small arrow. If you click on this, here I'll get some more options. Here it says paste linked picture. A linked picture, if I click, see, I'll get one kind of picture here. This is like a picture. I will reduce this. See, it is still linked. Now, whatever changes I do here, that will get changed here as well. It looks like the Excel sheet itself, but it's an image. Let's go to another table. Copy this. Here I will right click and say paste as picture, that is linked picture. I will reduce this. See, I can still reduce further if you think. I can reduce this as well. You can adjust this like this. Okay, see. Now, if I want to adjust the row height according to this, it is very difficult. And the thing is, here, suppose if you change something, see, that will get changed here also. You can see that it's getting changed here also. So we can use this PasteSpecial for pasting the copied data as a picture as well. Not only this, you can save the picture as well. Say, for example, I'll go here. I'll select this to right click and say save as picture. Let's go here, go to this day 4 and let me save the picture here. I will say sales profit. Okay, enter. If you go to that folder, you can see that sales folder. See, I have the picture here. So it's a PNG. You can put that in PPT or anywhere. See, but it's not a linked picture actually. Now, let me go here, right click and say save the picture. Sales profit. This time I'll say JPEG. JPEG means it is completely with white background. PNG means it is with the the plain background. That is transparent background. Let's go here. See, this is JPEG. You can see now it's with a white background like this. See, this I can use it in PPT or anywhere like this. Like this, we can use this PasteSpecial. So the PasteSpecial shortcut key is Alt ES, wherein you can paste the data as a link or paste the data as picture as well. And suppose if you just want only picture, we can paste it only picture without link as well. And there is one more thing in copy. Most of us know that we can copy and paste, but here we also have copy as picture. If I go here, see, I have this copy. Let me click on this. Here I have this copy as picture. When I say copy as picture, it will say as shown on screen or as you want to be printed. Anything you can select. I'll say as shown on screen. I'll say okay. Now I'll say Control V. Here I can say Control V because I've already copied the data or say the cells as picture. I'll say Control V. See, this will be as picture. This is a picture actually. You can still reduce this like this. You can keep it like this. So likewise, we can use this PasteSpecial. Yes. Okay. Now we understood the PasteSpecial. Here we have a lot of options here. PasteSpecial. You can use this PasteSpecial. Right. So let's recap quickly whatever you have learned, and after that I'll take your questions. Okay. Let's go here. We learned about auto list, how to create auto list. Then we learned about how to create this custom list, and then how to paste the data, that is by using PasteSpecial. Now, the question arises, why should we actually learn these topics? Because most of the people actually think that Excel means formulas. But people, I'll tell you, Excel is not just formulas. There are a lot of things. I told you, you are actually learning, you're actually attending session that is data analytics and reportings, wherein you also should be knowing how to create the report. So these things, whatever you're learning, will help you in actually modifying your data, editing your data, formatting your data, and create the reports as well. So quickly, if you want to create the list, or quickly if you want to copy and paste the data as a picture or linked picture or something, we can use these options. Okay, right. So I'll stop the topics for today. Then we'll take some questions and then we'll end for the day. Okay, already I have a few questions. There is one question, I don't know the name. It says some number 21 view something. How to take the white Excel sheet without cells? I am not understanding this question. Can you please tell me what is this question? I'll just unmute all of you. So what you do is you can tell your question, but one by one. Okay, there is one more question. Nandini is asking, can we edit that data? Nandini, what data you're talking about?
Sir, that picture one, sir. You
Picture one
copied that.
data. Yes,
Yeah.
I told you, you can edit. That's what I told. See,
Mm-hmm.
here I have this data, right? Here,
Mm-hmm.
here you cannot edit. This is a
Yeah,
picture.
that's what I'm
You can
asking.
edit here. You can edit here. You should edit.
Okay.
That is why we are actually giving that link. Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have a question, sir.
Yes.
So we saw that PasteSpecial option allow us to edit some data in the file, also editing in the other files, right, sir?
Yes.
Sir, but we are if we are sharing the data to other people's, they that will apply for them, too, sir.
No, the list will not be transferred. That's what I told. The link, the list cannot be transferred. The list cannot be transferred.
Okay, sir.
Right.
We want to edit only in main table and not in the linked list. Which data?
Pardon? Can you repeat the
I
question?
mean, whenever I'm editing in the main table, look,
Yes.
automatically it is editing in the listed. I mean,
Yes.
listed data. Like,
If it is linked, if it is linked.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Right. So people, I want all of you. So please be on mute. So I'll just make all of you on mute. Right. So now I think this chapter, whatever we have done, though it is very simple one, but it is very effective. Okay. Now, finally, I'll just close the topic for today. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, Tuesday. Okay. So there is no session for the weekends. So next session will be on Tuesday, and we'll be learning about the formulas. The topic will be on formulas right from scratch, about how to start references, how to use the formulas, okay, how to write the simple formulas, complex formulas, combination formulas. So this is what we'll be doing in the next session. And if it is actually going, more time, so we'll extend that, no worries. Okay. So I want all of you, don't miss this, because the main thing in the Excel is the formulas. Okay. And again, if anybody is interested in learning formulas using this chat GPT, tomorrow there is a session about chat GPT. It is not only about using chat GPT for writing formulas. I'm also explaining about what is this chat GPT and how actually this is useful in any of the fields. Okay. You cannot say that only for formulas or Excel. It can be used in any of the fields. So this in detail, I'm talking about chat GPT. If anybody is interested, I've already sent the link in the group in WhatsApp group, so you can register that and you can attend. It is completely free. It is on Saturday and Sunday, both the days. Okay. All right. Now, before we end the session, how was this session? How is this session useful for you? Quickly message me in the chat box. We'll end the session. Quickly, I want all of you to message. It takes just a few seconds. Good. I can see a lot of energy, and I want the same energy from all of you till the end of this course. Okay. So why I'm telling this, You're taking so much of efforts, and people don't think that, just because I'm asking you this feedback, this feedbacks actually will give us some more energy. So we need energy, because it shouldn't be like, I'll tell you what, first day we have full josh, second day again the josh will be there. As and when the days goes, the people will lose interest. So for that reason, you should encourage us. Okay, you should encourage us, so that I can also give more and more inputs to you. So if you want to gain more knowledge, so you should also encourage us. So that is how actually it works. So the interest what we start from day one should be there till end. But for me, even if you encourage or not, I always have that kind of passion of training. So I'm actually doing this trainings by passion. Okay, I'm a trainer by passion, not just for business. So that's why I'll always feel that training is it's an hobby for me, and that became a business for me. Okay, all right. So tomorrow's session, people, I've already shared that in the WhatsApp group. So please join the WhatsApp group. If you're not joined, I've already sent that WhatsApp group. Please join the WhatsApp group. I've sent the link there. Okay, right. See, I've sent the WhatsApp group here, so you can use that. So can anybody who wants to get in touch with me with the LinkedIn, you can I have the LinkedIn profile also here. You can use that. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, people, all of you. It's a wonderful day. I think we had a lot of learning things today, and tomorrow we have this weekend with experts, wherein I'll be talking about the chat GPT and the formulas. And next Tuesday in this session, you'll be starting the formulas. Okay, happy weekend, all of you. Enjoy your weekend, and see you guys in the next session. Bye bye. Take care, all of you.